Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Thursday night, May the 8th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday night. You can tell my voice is almost back to normal. Thank goodness, because I have to speak at a retreat tomorrow out in White Rock. So that's my excitement for tomorrow. But yes, my voice is getting back to normal. Once I get through this Saturday, then all my busyness, my month of craziness will end, and then I can look forward to a wonderful trip back east with Kayla and Gail. But a bunch of stuff I want to talk about, including a recap of tonight's Members Open House at Rogers Arena. Going to talk a bit about Rick Tocchet, other coaching candidates for us, Tom Willander, and anything else that we can fit in there. And of course, lots of time to answer some of your questions as well. So thanks once again to all of you for being here. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you and how much I never, ever take you for granted. And I like how I think Fangirl knows where I am going, or where I was going with the title of this live stream. A little pun intended, and I'll get to that in a second. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And if you were anywhere near my neck of the woods, a lot about some smoke today for sure. Yeah, Justin, I'll get to that. I've been working hard installing black seats, but we'll get to all that in a second. So this is how you get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos not every single day, but when I do indeed post them. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that if you're Catholic, we have a new Pope, which I'll talk about in a second. That's why I titled this show how I titled it. Like the fact that I got to go to the Canucks season ticket member open house. Like the fact that, we're all together and we're building such a great community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message like legendary Lucas Gates has just done. Good to have you back. I will highlight that in a second. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. So let's get going. Legendary Lucas Gates leaves a monthly membership message proclaiming his membership as a legend, the highest tier from the very start, for 51 months. Legendary Lucas Gates, 51 months. Oh Lord, it kind of appropriate since the new American Pope was named. Oh, 51. Very good. Actually, that was very clever. Well, good to be back, but we'll be busy. Coquitlam Express 25th anniversary logo to kick off what could be a crazy year ahead. Like, sub, become a member, and more. There we go. Like, sub, become a member, more. No one knows that better than legendary Lucas Gates. Thank you for being a member for 51 months at the highest tier, and congratulations. I saw that on the Coquitlam Express 25th anniversary logo, starting off what's going to be a great year for you, I think, Lucas. So once again, thank you, Lucas. Let's give Lucas some love in the chat. Okay, so I want to give a quick shout out before I actually talk about it to my friend Krista, a wonderful friend of mine, a work colleague of mine. Poor girl has to sit 10 feet from me in the office, and she jokes around that she hears me watching Canucks videos or recording vlogs in my office sometimes. Don't tell my boss. But yes, got to go with Krista to the open house today, and it was great. I met Dave Stein, who's he's one of the ultimate Canucks fans. He's the one who has the amazing man cave in his basement, in his home in Maple Ridge, being featured on many, many shows and many, many news articles. So I finally got to meet Dave and his friend, the twins. They're kind of like redheaded twins, Matt and Brett. So it was great to meet them, but great to meet Dave. And as he mentioned, it's like we've been long lost friends, even though we met for the first time tonight after 5 years of exchanging messages. So I got to see Dave, got to see Selena working, representing the Canucks organization. Selena offered me multiple bags of popcorn. I only took 2, but that was good. So nice to see you, Selena. I'm not sure if you're in the chat right now, so that's pretty cool. And then I got to see Hugh, a regular viewer of this channel. Rosie, got to see him. Got to see Sarah, which was nice as well. Sarah Log, so that was pretty cool. And overall, Sarah Lowe, not Log, Sarah Lowe. Overall, it was a wonderful night. Others I saw, and I'll share a bit about that in a second. I just want to get to this part so I can take it off because I'm boiling hot. That didn't sound right. Bought a new sweatshirt. So someone asked me if I was going to go to the team store sale this weekend. I'm like, then I kind of felt bad because I didn't know about it, and I thought maybe I missed an invite. And then I realized that, yes, at the members thing tonight, we got first dibs at the team store. So I bought myself this hoodie, this Van hoodie, and then I bought Gail a sweatshirt, a hoodie, bought Kayla a jersey and a hat, and then I didn't get Sean or Jacob anything because they make enough money. They can buy their own stuff. So I'm going to take this off now because it's very warm, but I just want to show it off to you. Got the flying skate. Oh, no, wrong side. Got the flying skate on this side. Got nothing on this side and nothing on the back. But now I'm going to take this off and hope my t-shirt doesn't come off with it. That didn't sound right. Okay, good. Yes, I am wearing a shirt underneath. Don't get your hopes up. And now I should put my glasses on so I can see what's happening as well. It is so warm because I got these doors closed, these French doors in my office. I got to turn this fan on so I don't boil, and we can get going. So awesome. Thanks for that. That was probably the most painful 2 minutes of live streaming content that you have ever watched. But yes, great to see you. And thank you for being here and sitting through all of that. Okay. Krista is here, my friend. Sitting 10 feet away from Clay in the office is entertaining, to say the least. I'm taking that as a compliment, Krista. I know. Wonderful to see you, and great to have you back. Great to have you back. Not great to have you back. Great to spend some time with you at the arena tonight. Okay, doke. Let's go in order. Let's stay focused here. First, my workday was inundated with Pope Leo XIV things. I won't go too much into it, but in essence, everything that I had planned for work today, for many people, the morning got off to a slow or fast start, depending on how you look at it. White smoke coming from the chimney of the conclave, Sistine Chapel in St. Peter's Square. Then that signaling that they voted on a pope, got the 2/3 majority. And then about 45 minutes to an hour later, they named him. It is a cardinal who was born in the United States in Chicago, did some work in Peru as a bishop, and now takes the name of Pope Leo XIV. And Prevost is his name, Robert Prevost. And yeah, it's exciting. I don't know a lot about him. I'm going to learn a bit about him, but I don't want to, make this too much about this. But I'm very proud of my Catholic faith, and this whole morning was watching with great anticipation who the new pope was going to be. Some people were hoping it was going to be the Filipino Cardinal Tagle, but instead it is indeed Cardinal Prevost, and he chose the name Pope Leo XIV. Likely going to have an emphasis on missionary work, on social justice, and other things. So we'll see. Maybe I'll start CCC Clay's Catholic commentary, but that will be for another night on another channel. But was helping our current Archbishop Michael, our outgoing Archbishop, doing some media interviews. So that, among some other meetings, made for a very busy day, but it was good. Then, and that's the whole reason, you guys probably figure out, that's the whole reason why I named this show where there's smoke, there's fire. Obviously, play on words or a pun intended having to do with the white smoke billowing from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel. So put in the chat if you actually knew. I know Fangirl was one. Anyone else actually catch on and figure out that's why I named tonight's show the way I did? Usually I'm not very creative. I simply say Canucks post game or need a new coach or where's Tom Willander? But today I actually tried to be a little bit creative, and let me know in the chat what if you had any clue what my title was. And yes, if there's a guy named Pizza Bella or something like that, right? That we were joking around if he got elected, then maybe we'd all order pizza for lunch. There's a guy named Zupe, so we were looking at soup, but it turns out to be Prevo, who is now Pope Leo the 14th. Okay, Pastor Dan says he knew, so can't get anything past him. Carol, yes, I did. Dialto, oh yeah, I figured all that even before I clicked in. I thought that's what the stream was going to be about. No, only the first couple minutes. I sort of caught on, but could be multiple things. There's a funny deep fake of Cardinal Snoop walking. Okay, I have to look at that. I thought you meant the Canucks were a dumpster fire. Well, actually, that kind of fire also produces smoke as well. And I did not know the Pope was a math major from Villanova. Wow. Okay, very, very cool. So let's get into the Canucks stuff because, yes, this is Clay's Canucks commentary, not Clay's Catholic commentary, even though if you want to hang around me like Krista does all day, you will know that's indeed, I could do that as well. So let's start with the members event, and then I'll talk about some other things. Then I'll leave plenty of time for all of you. By the way, did I miss... I missed this. Hey, Justin, welcome back to membership. Justin, I'm just looking up to see what membership... Oh, Justin, back to Hall of Fame. So yes, I think it was only a day out. So thank you. I think Fangirl mentioned that in the chat. So I'm glad that I caught it. I'm glad that Fangirl, you alerted me. So let's give some love to Justin Credible, back where he belongs, Hall of Fame membership. Sorry, Justin, I didn't mean to miss that at the top of the show. I guess you did it even before I got in here, or I'm just very ignorant. Both can be true, actually. So welcome back, Justin. So after work, after a busy day for both Krista and me, she parked her car at a friend's place. I picked her up. We parked in my secret parking spot, and then we made our way to Rogers Arena. And upon entering Rogers Arena, it wasn't overly busy, but we walked through the concourse a little bit to try to figure out what was going on. And then we made our way down to ice level. I didn't sign up to skate nor to paint the ice, but that's okay. And then Krista and I went underneath where they had access to a couple of things. They had access to the media room, and they had access to the Canucks dressing room. You couldn't walk all the way in. You could peek in, take a picture in front of it, but you couldn't walk in and sit in the stalls or anything. I've been blessed to do that once. They didn't release the footage, but I was part of I can say this now. I was part of a focus group for the new, when they re-released the flying skate jerseys a couple seasons ago. And this is before they put me in timeout, and went in there, and as part of the focus group night, we got a tour, and they actually had our jerseys hanging up in the locker room in the stall with our nameplate. So this emo nameplate was given to me on the night they gifted me my Canuck Clay flying skate jersey. You guys remember they were kind of doing one of those guerrilla marketing or viral kind of mysterious whodunit campaigns. It was pretty cool, actually, and we were all part of it. We were going to release on social, and then Gino Ojek passed away, the Canucks, former Canucks player. So they had all these plans to do all these neat little things, and they decided, and I think it was a good decision, decided not to launch all those things out of respect for Gino's passing, and instead it was a more almost solemn, somber release of the new jerseys as the permanent alternate. So a good experience 2 years ago, despite the sad passing of Gino. Anyways, that was my long way of saying that I have been in the Canucks locker room before. So we got to see the media room, we got to see the Canucks locker room, and then we made our way out of that area and started to make our way back to the concourse. And that's when I took this picture. So that is me. Let's see if I can make this any larger. Oh no, I'll click into it. There. Now it's going to go very large. There. So you'll see behind me that they've done 2 full sections of seats. Black seats replacement. They haven't put the cup holders on, as you can tell. You would be able to see them kind of right here because it's going to be the back, right? The back of these seats. So they haven't put the cup holders on. But look, they have already started installing all of the black seats, to which people are joking around, making jokes around that I'm the one that had to look. They're making all the season ticket members install the seats. People are saying, I don't see the cup holders. Can you? One guy says, thanks for installing those, Clay. They're looking really nice. So everyone's joking around a bit, but yes, we weren't allowed to go to the other side of this bar and sit down. But there's me and my thumbs up, and thank you, Krista, for taking the picture. And you can see that it didn't take them that long actually to put these seats in, because I thought I saw a picture a couple of days ago of this all blank. So meaning they had removed the seats, so it took them a couple of days to put them all in. So it looks like the whole arena will be adorned with black seats for the start of next season. I talked about that on my stream on Tuesday night, but it was nice to see it in person. So there's that. And I basically, my caption for that was 2 sections down, a few more to go. I also tweeted this one where I said, if an American can become Pope, then I can certainly become the next Canucks head coach. Obviously, I'm joking. I can't become the next Canucks head coach, even though, yes, it was the first American-born Pope. But yes, there's a picture of me in the media room trying to look as cool as I can. So then after that, Chris and I walked around. We went to the team store, spent probably an hour in the team store. That was good. That was a lot of fun. And then I spent a bit of money. She bought her sister a jersey, which was very nice of her. And then we grabbed some food, saw Selena, saw Dave, saw Hugh, saw Rosie, saw Sarah, and then spent tip to tip probably 2 hours at the arena. Then I drove Krista back to her friend's house. I went back to my office to do a bit of work, and here we are. So overall, a nice night. I'd rather be watching the Canucks play in the playoffs right now, to be honest with you, but it was still a nice night. My friend Dave got to go to Q&A with Patrick Alvin. I won't spill what he had to say, but maybe we'll see some of what Alvin had. Alvin didn't say anything like earth shattering. Otherwise, you guys would have seen it all over X already. But everything from what they're going to do with their cap space, who they want to re-sign or try and sign, a bit more in the Miller PD thing, but nothing that people don't already know, or at least have been speculating about already. So that was my experience at the Canucks season ticket member open house. I guess marking the official end of the season. And after the Mitchell sponsor break, you can ask me any questions about that, about my experience tonight. But overall, was good. Was good to be in the arena. Yes, rest in peace to Frank Caprice, a former Canucks goaltender with amazing hair. I actually remember Frank Caprice when he played for very athletic, not the biggest goaltender, but very athletic. And yes, he did pass on today. So thank you for whoever brought that up in there. It was a big podium, Alfred. I'm not sure. I'm a pretty big boy, and yet it made me look, if anything can make me look small, then it must be pretty large. That didn't sound right. Anyway, let's get into the few things I want to talk about. I woke up. Did you guys wake up to news that Anaheim hired Joel Quenneville, who was last in the league about 4 years ago, and then he was investigated for some nefarious activity and ultimately cleared. So Joel Quenneville is coming back to coach Anaheim. And I thought I saw on Emily Kaplan's tweet that Rick Tocchet was one of the finalists. Jay Woodcroft, just for you, Coach Rob, Jay Woodcroft and Rick Tocchet were 2 of the finalists. But I thought that Jim Rutherford said that that Rick Tocchet wanted to head back east to be closer to his family. So that's kind of an interesting wrinkle, because if we took Jim Rutherford at his word last week when Rick Tocchet did deny extending with the Vancouver Canucks. One of the reasons, I'm sure there are a few, but one of the reasons was that he wanted to go back east. So if that's the case, why is he interviewing and making it to the finals of the interview process for a team that's also on the West Coast, albeit in the United States? So I guess you don't have to cross a border, but you're still on the West Coast. So that's kind of interesting. I don't want to read too much into it. But all these things I'm going to talk about, you can tie it into the title of Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. I don't know what's true. I just want to talk through all these things with all of you. So that's the first thing that I woke up to before I saw the white smoke. And that was Rick Tocchet, a finalist for the Anaheim coaching position that ultimately goes to Joe Quenneville. But then that kind of flies in the face of the reasoning that Rick Tocchet did not stay here because he wanted to be closer to the East Coast. Take it for what it's worth. Maybe that was one of the reasons. Maybe it's a complete smokescreen. Ha ha! See what I did there? But who knows? And maybe we will never, ever know. Oh, and you guys are saying that he interviewed with the Kraken as well. Interesting. Okay. The second thing I want to talk about then is who are the Canucks interviewing? Well, I think it was Irfan Gaffar or Sat Shah. One of them said that Marco Sturm might be a candidate. That's kind of interesting, former player. Then we've heard a lot about this guy named Mitch Love, who's an assistant coach with Spencer Carberry in Washington. So Mitch Love's only 40 years old, and he's said to be highly regarded and highly sought after. So he's ultimately going to coach in the NHL somewhere, some way. Also, a name that's come up is Mike Vellucci. He is the 58-year-old, so 18 years older than Mitch Love, 58-year-old assistant coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So you got a Pittsburgh Penguins assistant coach. Obviously, Vellucci would know Rutherford and Alvin quite well. You have Washington Capitals assistant coach, but they're right in the middle of a playoff run right now. They won tonight. So Mitch Love and Mike Vellucci are names that you may hear going forward. Marco Sturm, I'm not sure how big of a candidate he is. Of course, there's Manny Malhotra. And then there's the list of coaches. Peter Laviolette. There, I said it right. There is Gerard Gallant. There's Dan Bylsma. There's Jay Woodcroft. There's many coaches that are looking for new homes right now. But Joe Quenneville isn't, and we know Mike Sullivan isn't. Those two have been hired over the past week. So there's a few other... there's a few names to keep an eye on. And I guess I bring that up right now because my understanding is they're doing like virtual interviews, Zoom interviews right this week to kind of do their shortlist. And then they'll start to bring in potential candidates for in-person interviews next week. So if that's the case, there's going to be some eagle-eyed people with their cell phones at YVR just itching to see who steps out of the arrivals area. And maybe we'll start to get some super sleuthing done and start to find out what kind of candidates there are for the Canucks head coaching position. One other thing I want to talk about is I listened to Sakaris and Price a lot. Actually, Matt Sakaris, he's so good. He was actually, we were messaging back and forth about who the next Pope was going to be. So it's kind of cool that he takes an interest in that kind of thing. Anyway, Sakaris and Price have some great guests. I love listening to Jeff Merrick with them. I love listening to Lawrence Gilman, former AGM with them. And I love listening to Cam Robinson, a very, very prominent elite prospects editor and just a prominent guy on a source when it comes to prospects. And he's been covering this Tom Willander story probably better than anyone else that I know. Up until this week, you guys, he's been saying, doesn't look good. The fact that Willander was one of the only two-year college guys that didn't sign after the season. We know the story. We don't have to rehash it here. But Cam Robinson did say in this week's appearance that a little birdie or a source told him, don't be surprised if Willander does sign with the Canucks after all this summer and even soon. And that's because, remember, when he didn't sign with the Canucks, he went back to college. So that was the first red flag. Then he didn't sign with Abbotsford or Vancouver. He instead went to Sweden to try out for their World Hockey Championship team, right? The team that's usually made up of a lot of NHLers that don't make the playoffs or get bounced in the first round. The same tournament that Crosby and McKinnon are playing for Canada, which is pretty awesome. But Willander did not make the team. And no surprise, given he doesn't have any pro experience yet. So Cam Robinson suggested that maybe, just maybe, he's not going to return to school. He's not going to play for Team Sweden, obviously, in this month's hockey championships, World Hockey Championships. So maybe the time is right to revisit negotiating with the Vancouver Canucks. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, you guys. I'm just repeating what Cam Robinson said with Sakaris and Price, and that there's a chance. There's a chance that Tom Willander does actually sign with the Vancouver Canucks this week. Sorry, not this week, soon. Forget I said this week. I don't know what I was thinking there. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. So there's a few things that we can talk about then after my mid-show sponsor read. You can ask me questions about the open house. We can talk about Rick Tocchet apparently being finalist for all these jobs on the West Coast, Seattle and Anaheim. We can talk about who you think the next Canucks head coach should be. We can talk about the future of Tom Willander and anything else you want to. But first, let me go to my mid-show sponsor read. And we always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. And as you saw on Tuesday night when I unboxed my 4 new prints, got to get those in frames soon. But thank you to Gassy Jack Art. Remember, go to gassyjackart.com right now. He's got a season-ending sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. Or as many of you said, buy 4 at half price. Or pay double for 3 and get 3 free. However you want to think about it, you get 4 prints for $40 when generally they're $20 each on their own. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use a link, tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. I appreciate you. Also, this is how you can get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership like Justin Credible has done, back to Hall of Fame membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message like legendary Lucas Gates has done. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And finally, tonight is Thursday. That means it's my last show for a while. My next show will be on Sunday night at 11. Then there's Canucks After Dark on Monday. I messed up. I'm not going to be with Nothing is Perfect with Russell on Monday night. I thought I was going to be, but I forgot to have a work meeting I have to run. So then I will just do Canucks After Dark on Monday. And then Monday night or Tuesday night, I got to see which one makes sense. I will likely do a member stream, maybe Tuesday night for 45 minutes before I go to church, but we will see how that goes. But my next show is indeed Sunday night at 11 p.m. Okay, friends. Thanks for your patience. Over to you for the next 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Is the media room as small as the cameras make it seem to be, or is it larger? It's a fair size. It's like a small lecture room in a college or university. It's like 3 or 4 rows of seats, about 10 to 15 seats. So you could probably fit maybe 3 rows of 15. So 10. You fit probably 30 or 40 people in there. And then there's the podium and then the Canucks backdrop. Now, other places, I know when the Canucks players get interviews, usually back in the locker room now. So this is more for like Tocchet. It's more for when they did their year-end media availability. It's nice. It's a nice room for sure. So I wouldn't say it's that big though. I wouldn't rule out the Canucks signing Willander next year prior to the trade deadline. Okay, so that long. Okay, Robbie, we'll see. We'll see. Michael, great question. Why glasses over contact lenses? I had an eye infection a few years ago where I had to stop wearing contacts for about 4 to 6 months as I wanted to tame the It wasn't an infection. It was more of a condition. I can't even remember what it was called anymore. So even for sports, for softball and for hockey, I had to wear my glasses, these weird like glasses that had kind of hooks around the back of my ears so they didn't fall off. And I do find I don't like to I wear contacts when I have to do public speaking or make a presentation, or basically when I want to be better looking, because it's weird. It's just I've told you guys this before. I just feel more confident. I feel better looking when I'm wearing my contacts. So just imagine, I think I'm good looking right now in my glasses. Just imagine how good looking I think I am when I'm wearing my contact lenses. But truly more of a comfort, convenience thing. But I can wear contact lenses for full days, but not maybe like consecutive days, or not 3 days in a row for sure. But when I golf, I like to wear, I like to wear my contacts. When I'm playing sports, I like to wear contacts, even though I haven't been playing a lot since I ruptured my Achilles. I should probably get back to it for sure. Podkozen got a goal and assist. Yes, Edmonton won in overtime, right? They're up 2-0. Oh, man. Exactly. So what do you want to talk about? Matt Cook was on S&P. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Tyler. If Podkozen stayed, would he be good? I don't know. He's been skating around like a crazy man. He's been great. Is he better because of McDavid and Draisaitl? I think he's certainly more confident because of McDavid and Draisaitl, for sure. Who you guys talking about getting fatter? Me? You're talking about someone else? Do you think Jim Rutherford was aware Tocchet was looking for another head coaching job elsewhere in the West? Do you think Tocchet lied to Rutherford about wanting to go coaching these? No, Alfred, I think among many reasons probably why Tocchet wanted to leave, and among the many reasons he told Rutherford, it was probably, I would prefer a job back east as opposed to I will only work back east. So if he used wording like that, I'd prefer a job, or I'm leaning towards a job, it doesn't preclude a job out west, especially if he finds a job that he's really suited for, and if a team makes an offer that he can't refuse. Wow, Irwin's good. Eye damage on surface of eye, moisture barrier for natural gas. What do you? Well, Irwin, are you in the optometry? With sports, I'd wear straps that wrap around the head. Yep. Hey, Clay, when you go to places, do you like going to Air Canada? Do you like going WestJet? All things being equal, I fly WestJet more than Air Canada, but I'm not picky. I have not status, but points on both. I just go whatever airline's easier to get the emergency exit row seats for sure. Are the new seats bigger than the old seats? Probably not, Carol, because I think they're probably equal in size, because I don't think they're gaining or losing any seats by bringing the black seats in. But I don't know for sure, because I didn't get a chance to sit in them. They might just be designed a little bit differently, but I don't think they're bigger. They might be more comfy, but I don't even know that, because I didn't get to sit in them. I just saw them. I saw them and took a picture in front of them. Would Marner be a great player for the Canucks? Of course, Marner is a very good player. And, but yes, obviously the $1 million question, or the $9 or $10 million question, is how much is he get paid? How much was Tocchet, Jim, and Ender Elvine actually friends to apparently lie? Yes, that's true. Rutherford did talk up his friendship with Tocchet in that press conference. Would you buy a maroon OG seat if they're for sale? Nah, I'm not that connected, attached to them, Erwin. No, Jack, no problem for just getting here, but I'll very quickly say it was a play on words with the naming of the new pope today, signified by the white smoke coming from the top of the chimney. Lesnar's son Duke got drafted by Medicine Hat Tigers. Imagine seeing Lesnar in a parent hockey fight. Yes, he could say whatever he wants to me, and I would just say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right, sir. You're completely correct, sir. In my opinion, Rutherford got told himself a white lie, and moving to family is just one reason. Yep, I agree with you. No, you just wear contacts longer than I have, not total lifespan. Gotcha. I think Tocchet just wasn't happy with the choices made and the direction of the team, but didn't want to say that publicly, so they just agreed to say he wanted to explore other opportunities. Yeah, and that would be a classy thing to say, right? He's not going to call it and say, no, I don't like where this is going, or I don't feel that we're going to win. Yeah, of course, no one's going to say that. They're too professional. So, yeah, I have no problem with what Rutherford said, that Tocchet said. I have no problem with what Tocchet said in his little press release. or quote, and I have no problem with him looking for jobs anywhere, even on the West Coast. West Coast. West Coast. I heard the only reason Tocchet left was because the Canucks media is annoying, not because he wanted to be with his family or whatnot. Who'd you hear that from, Sarah? As long as the airline doesn't lose your bowling ball. It's all very good, Rome. That's very good. A nice callback to 2022 when I was training around both Sweden and Denmark, Copenhagen, looking for Jacob's bowling balls. Are all the seats leather now? I don't think they're leather, but I didn't get a chance to sit in them. Or was that the clubs? Also, was there a sale? Yes, the team store, good sale, and season ticket members got the first dibs at them. I totally missed the email for this. Well, you might have been traveling, Gerald, right? Were you traveling? I think Matt Cook will be behind the Canucks bench for long if you read between the lines of what he said. Oh, interesting. Murray, I will check that out. I used to wear contacts, but it was just high maintenance with the liquid solutions, and sometimes I just didn't get enough sleep and hurts when I try to put them on. Yeah, that's the worst, right? Even when you clean them properly, it's worse, a lot worse when you put them in the wrong saline solution. But if you don't clean your contacts properly and stick them in your eye, it can be very painful, irritating, red, watery, itchy, all those things. I wear disposable, so I wear them for a day and chuck them. It seems like a waste, but I guess they're built for that. But I wrecked my eyes originally by wearing disposables way longer than I should have. And they're, in essence, disintegrating in my eyes. That sounds horrible. All the chairs look like they got some extra cushions and all black. Yeah, I have to look at them again. Is it required to have a new coach by draft, combine? Oh, yeah. It's not required, but you better, because he's got to be in place. I believe in him just wanting to be away from Vancouver media and drama. If the Canucks get Marner, they'd still need to surround him with depth pieces to make it work. Today's game, 2 great players and the depth pieces beats 3 great ones without depth. That's fair. If Cooper doesn't resign with Tampa, but I think he will have so many teams to choose from, which are better than us. But also, do you think he would consider us since he's Canadian? I think he would consider whoever makes him a really good offer. Jessica, I really do. Tocchet's back on TNT the weekend. Oh, neat. It's been 3 years of being with this CCC. Huh? Taylor, you're making it sound like it's bad, huh? What does that mean? Damn, it's been like 3 years. It's been like 3 years of being with this CCC. What are we talking about? Is that good or bad? I heard Tocchet was a great coach and he will be greatly missed. Yeah, I think so. If Tocchet gets hired by Seattle, will he get booed when he returns to Rogers Arena next year? I could see it happening. Rogers Arena fans boo everything. Tocchet was not a great coach. Look at his record. He won the Jack Adams, though. Not required, I don't think, but it would be better to get it done before the draft and free agency. I agree. If the seats were actual leather in Vancouver, there would be a massive protest. Probably vegan leather being installed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about leather, vegan leather. Cooper probably going back to Tampa. Tocchet is made for TV and not behind the bench. That's fair. He's good on TV. Tocchet isn't really needed for this team. He's a floor raise, not ceiling. Our defense and goaltending are fine, to be honest. Sucks he left, but it's not a big deal. Okay, I think some people think it's a big deal. Tocchet was a great coach. Yeah, if he's 108, 67, 32, 108 and 67, that is 40 games over 500. Cooper will be back with Tampa next season. Tampa already confirmed that. Okay, well, there we go. Taxes get factored. The Canucks have to pay more because of high Canadian taxes to match other teams' payroll. Yes, they get paid in American dollars, but they pay Canadian taxes. Have you seen that video, Coaches with Coffee, with Paul Maurice and Pete DeBoer? They were talking highly of Jim Rutherford. No, I will check that out, Charlie. Thank you for that. Clay, it's CCC. You know what that is. Yeah, but I know what CCC is, Taylor, but you said it's like 3 years of being with the CCC. Oh, sorry. I thought you were you're making a metaphor about, you're talking about something else is like it's been like 3 years of being with the CC, but I'm overthinking it. All you're stating here is you being here for 3 years, which is awesome, Taylor, which is awesome. I did like Paul Coffey. He was a great skater. Thoughts on Foote taking the head coach job? I'd be indifferent. I don't think he's the best choice. I don't think he's the worst choice. I just don't know if he will be the choice here. Tyler says someone can help him. I saw about the record. I saw an interview from someone from your diocese that said the majority of all the employees gathered to see the white smoke. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I don't even know who that was. Fangirl, what interview was that? Who was that? Yeah, we all gathered in our big hall. I helped put that together. We all with the media, just turning on the computer screen, inviting people down. But yeah, we invited everyone to come down and watch the announcement together. Yeah, welcome. No, glad you're here, Taylor. Yeah, if he's 40 games over 500, that's pretty good. Which I guess would make sense because weren't we 29 games over 500, whatever it was last year? Yeah, because we had 100 and. Do we have 109 points? Last year, yeah, it's 27 games over 500. 6-11 winning percentage. How do popes choose their name? Yeah, Robert Prevost chose Leo. Yeah, no, we were talking about that at work today. We don't know if they've already been praying about it and thinking about it because you do have to on the spot. So maybe it's not on the spot. Maybe they're thinking about it for a long time, especially if you're one of the favorites. So I don't know the process involved, Alfred, but I do know that a lot of them choose popes that their mandate was close to them. So for instance, Pope Leo the 13th, there's been 267 popes. So that's why you get up to Pope Benedict the 16th or Pope Leo the 13th. So Leo the 13th was very, very invested, a big proponent, advocate of social justice. So if you choose Pope Leo the 14th, you're likely going to carry on some of the same teachings and philosophies of the predecessor. So not so much Pope Francis, but the previous Pope Leo. So I don't know the process, but I do know the thinking is that you're going to kind of carry on that mantra. People overrate Tocchet because of last year. The problem we have is player-related offense. Players are way more impact than coaches. That's why they get hired and fired. Yeah, no, it's true. It's much easier to fire one coach than 20 players. Yeah, it definitely does feel. I don't know what it feels like. I didn't sit in them, but it looks like a movie theater. That's a good point. On the score, they said that we are in for a rebuild soon. Top 6 teams. Coaches might want to coach. I think it was. Okay, interesting. Last year I think 2 seasons ago was an anomaly. We weren't as good as we were, as our record would indicate. I think last season was an anomaly. We weren't as bad as our record would indicate. Did not hear anything about a practice facility. Oh yes, Monsignor Gregory Smith. Yes, that is indeed true. I do remember I saw him doing his interview today. Which coach would you want if Malhotra can't be an option? I like Gerard Gallant. I do. And I actually don't mind Jay Woodcroft, actually. I like him a lot better than the current Edmonton coach. I'm sure they're running on that offensive high with Bruce's system that Tocchet acquired, and that's what happened. And then his system got fully implemented this past season. Can you simply choose a new pope? Yes, because I believe the previous one, Pastor Dan, Pope Francis, was the first Pope Francis. I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, he'd be Francis II or Francis III. Whereas there's John Paul II, there's Leo the 14th, there's Benedict the 16th. So I think you can choose a name, obviously, that hasn't been done yet. I didn't even know the score still thing. I think Tocchet was doing the dump and chase to get fired. No. He didn't. He wasn't doing that to intentionally get fired. There's no way. I don't think anyone would do that. All right, friends, I'm going to go for 5 more minutes. So pepper your questions in right now. It's the last time I'll be seeing you guys until Sunday. Then it's a light week. And then I'm not going to do shows for a week when I'm back east with the time change and stuff. It'll be too crazy. And I got to focus on Kayla when I'm there, obviously. Woodcroft would be good, except that incident with him and Russ wasn't great. Yeah, I have to look at that again. Carol does not like the dump and chase. Yeah, that makes 2 of us or 3 of us. Oilers coach is a knob block. It's just kind of funny. Tyler, I just find him kind of annoying. I found him really annoying when we were playing against him last year. I don't know. Boring hockey to watch. Yeah, that's why Philip Hedel and Drew O'Connor was such a revelation, just playing with speed. Knobloch had a connection to McDavid. He knows him pretty well, and he is cycling the lines very well. Yep, that's fair. A lot of us didn't like the double chase. Double chase, icing the puck. I say attack, not defend. All good points. But also easier said than done. Yeah, they were talking. Jeff Merrick was talking with Sekeres Price about Todd Nelson today, a name that we haven't heard much of. I don't know enough about him, to be honest with you. Almost went with dump and chase instead of the line change. Knobloch means garlic in German. Thank you, Erwin. Yes, I like Marco Rossi. Edmund, I have him in my hockey pool, my fantasy pool. Which one is more of a classic to you, Little Mermaid or Beauty and the Beast, the animated versions? I like Beauty and the Beast a little more, although I love that song Part of Your World from Little Mermaid, but I think I like Beauty and the Beast a little bit more. Knobloch has bad breath. Yeah, especially when he uses a lot of words with H. Hi, how are you? And Rome agrees with Beauty and the Beast. I love seeing Charlie as a head coach. Oh, Carl. I was thinking of Shannon's cat, Charlie. Carl is a head coach. I'd like to see what he can do in the NHL. Maybe he still have a chance. Yes, I did get to see the new media room today. Josh, I talked about it a tiny bit earlier. It's nice. About 30 or 40 seats. And then I actually, the tweet that you might have seen, I did a picture from the podium. That's where it was from. Dump and chase only works if you have fast skaters. Some Canucks aren't fast enough to chase the puck after dumping. Yes, we need forwards who can skate the puck into those zones, such as Philip Hedel, for sure. Timberwolves coach is a very good example of someone who graduated from their version of the HL, their G League. Yep. Why are the classic animations being turned to live action? Lilo and Stitch is next. Oh, I did not know that. I'm not a big fan of that. All right, friends, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for being here. I just got to wrap up some last minute preparation for my retreat tomorrow. So thank you. It was a good week. I only did 3 shows, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, but that's, I think, what I'm going to do on average until free agency. And then for July, August, I might drop to 2 shows a week, but I'm also thinking about doing a couple other creative things as well and just start to prepare for next season already. But I'm very grateful for your loyalty and for your support and for hanging out with me when there's really not a lot of Canucks news to talk about. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovelander, and legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. Thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe, and you can leave a late donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, Weight Loss Coach. And thanks to those of you who went above and beyond, my buddies, Just Incredible, rejoining as a Hall of Fame member, and legendary Lucas Gates using his monthly membership message. All right, friends, I will see you on Sunday night. I hope you guys having a great weekend. For any mothers watching, happy Mother's Day on Sunday. I'll give you a full report of my Mother's Day on Sunday. Going to take really quickly. I can tell you, I'm taking my mom out for dinner tomorrow night. Me, Gail, my brother Jason, his wife Joanna, and my mom. So just the 5 of us going for sushi in New Westminster. Saturday, we have First Communion Mass at our church. Then Sunday, we have a marriage anniversary Mass where couples in the Archdiocese celebrating 5, 10, 15, 20, multiples of 5 wedding anniversaries. And it's at our home parish. And it's mine and Gail's 25th wedding anniversary this year. So we'll have a role in that Mass as well. So very church-filled weekend, but that's kind of how I like it. So thanks, everyone, for being here. Don't forget to rate the bad joke out of 10 on your way out. And thanks. You guys are awesome. I'm awesome. We are all awesome. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Oh, by the way, speaking of my lovely wife, Gail, I accidentally gave her a glue stick a few days ago instead of her lipstick. Yes, I accidentally gave her a glue stick instead of her lipstick. And she still isn't talking to me. God bless, and go Canucks go. Glue ya.